everybody. Hope you've had a really good Christmas day, but now we must get back to business because there's a lot of football to be played, and it all starts here. Where else would it start? A Boxing Day evening, a cold Thursday night in Stoke, and believe me, it is a cold Thursday night in Stoke. If you've seen the pictures, then you'll see that it's also a very foggy, misty Thursday night in Stoke as well. And that may have a little impact in our ability to identify players at certain times through the course of the evening, so excuses in early for this one. But what we can see clearly is that this Stoke City side shows 3 changes. They've been in very poor form recently. They're going to revert to 3 at the back this evening. Phillips comes back into the starting 11 on that basis. And Stoke City are looking to turn things around here in front of their own fans. Leeds United, just the one change, but there will be a tactical switch that goes with it. Pascal Struijk comes back into the starting 11. Ethan Ampadu steps forward into midfield, and that means Tanaka, who has very much been involved in the thick of things for Leeds in the last few weeks, is given a bit of a rest this evening from the bench. Plenty more football to be played over this festive period, of course. So Leeds on the road this evening. Leeds fans are here in huge numbers. They occupy a corner of the stadium on the far side of the ground from where we sit. We're over the halfway line, upper tier of the main stand, and it is very, very foggy. So I'm sure the players will be able to pick themselves out, each other out down there. Whether we'll be able to pick them out from up here, well, that may yet be debatable. Some may suggest no change there then. But what we do know is that Leeds United really are facing up to what looks like another big game. I mean, you couldn't kind of say it ahead of every match in the Championship, but if Leeds can come through this one in a manner in which they haven't been able to do in similar sorts of trips previously, perhaps this season, then they will find themselves on top of the table at the end of the game. Players are going to gather on the edge of the centre circle now, and there'll be a period of remembrance as Leeds United Stoke City have lost one of their favourite former players. So the teams are gathered, and the referee will give the signal shortly. So applause rings around the ground in memory of George Eastham, and then the roar goes up. It tells us that it's pretty much game time here in the fog at the Bet365 Stadium. Leeds United will be in the dark blue change strip for this game this evening. Easily able to pick out the numbers on the back of the Leeds United shirts, white on dark blue. Stoke City, black on red and white stripes.
Good luck with that one, Bryn. Good luck.
And that is your introduction to the presence of Tony Dorigo, who, of course, has previously played for both these clubs. I think it's fair to say a tad more successfully with Leeds than with Stoke City.
Right, moving on. Yes, I do remember my one season here. But tonight, it's a big game, isn't it? I really do think this is the time now to turn our away form around.
Leeds have been immaculate at home in the last couple of months. Now it's time to see if they can transfer that to these road trips, particularly in this period, because it's Stoke and then Derby coming up. There's two difficult-looking away fixtures in one sense, and in another sense, both would appear to offer an opportunity, perhaps, for a side that has real pretensions at promotion, and that is Leeds United.
Yeah, so you look at Stoke City, they're, what, 2 or 3 points above the relegation zone. So really, we should be coming here thinking, OK, play well, we take all 3 points. But unfortunately, the way our away form has gone, it isn't that easy. So it is a big game, important game.
As Stoke have the ball in the Leeds half. Sam Byram's looping header forward. And then it's dropping on the edge of the penalty area, but the flag is raised. Koumas is offside. And so Leeds have a free kick.
Yeah, I think it was just Tom Cannon, I think, coming back from an offside position, but good defensive line. Struijk back in there with Rodon, and Ampadu just dropping into midfield now. Good to see him back, and a good full game under his belt.
As the fog thickens here, and the ball, we're on the far side, the ball over on the other side.
If you say it went on the far side, I'm agreeing with you, because I didn't actually see it.
I lost sight of it then. The one thing we can spot comfortably are the referee and his assistants in the day-glow shirts, but the ball, the yellow ball, that is the winter ball, is a bit more difficult. We are watching as Stoke mount an attack now, though. They're into the penalty area, and Cannon has it. And support arrives, and a little cross ball into the middle, and it's a great save from Meslier, because that had goal written all over it, and Mellier's outstretched leg prevented that from happening. Leeds already in some trouble here.
Huge save from Koumas, really was, and Rodon had to make sure he just pulled out of the challenge, and when it comes across, Koumas gets a good connection on it, and Meslier in the right place. So such an important save early on.
Stoke meaning business here, as is so often the case when Leeds are in town. Aaronson can't keep the ball in play. Teams that have been struggling, and goodness me, Stoke have been struggling, suddenly find a new level to try and lift themselves to. And Stoke have carved out a really good chance there in the opening couple of minutes.
Yes, excellent stop from Meslier with his feet. It was Tchamadeu who had burst into the box, and Rodon did well not to make the challenge in the end, otherwise no doubt he would have gone down, but he kept going, put a decent cross in, and those sort of chances, well, fortunately Stoke didn't take it.
Early warning served. Meslier with the ball at his feet, plays it out the penalty. Oh, it's a poor pass, and now it puts Stoke on the front foot, just on the edge of the area. Ball comes in again, it's loose in the middle. Again, Koumas is the man underneath it, plays it out the box. And then Koumas over on the left side of the penalty area, and there's space on that side for a cross into the middle, and this time Meslier, somewhat more conventionally, comes and grabs the ball out the air. And again, Stoke down the two flanks, finding space to get the ball into the Leeds box.
Right, can someone calm things down out there? Just get a grip, get control, get some passes in. No mistakes early on. It just fuels the fire, doesn't it, for the home side?
Solomon. Leeds really need to string a few passes together here as a bare minimum. Ampadu in midfield. It's the ball back off Rothwell as those two get to know each other in the centre of the park for Leeds United. Struijk to Byram, and back to Struijk again. Meslier is the only out. There's a little bit of pressure all of a sudden on Ampadu, and he's right in front of goal, so he's had to carry it, and actually does a rather good job of changing the tempo here. The pass is behind Byram, but he might win the second ball. Not quite. It's hooked forward instead, and it comes all the way through to Meslier from Tchamadeu.
Well, it was good play from Ampadu initially, but then giving the ball away.
Leeds going into battle in midfield, but Stoke holding possession in that area. And the ball is clipped forward into the Leeds half. Struijk hooks it onto Byram. Byram back off Rothwell. And Struijk to Ampadu, forced back to Meslier. Meslier takes his time with the clearance.
Better.
Pings the pass out to the right-hand side, and Jaden Bogle. Difficult to pick out, but he's done really well with the pass. It's into the penalty area. Chance for James to put it into the middle. And it's the defender's foot that puts it just wide. And is the flag then raised? No, it's a goal kick.
No, it's a corner kick, and that could have gone in as an own goal. James has got it down the right-hand side. Actually not a great ball. If it does come across, it's just a tap in at the far post, but the defender gets it all wrong and somehow still manages not to put it through his own goal, but put it wide for a corner kick. That's a great chance.
Wilmot it was who made the touch, just managed to steer it away from goal. And Leeds have their own big opening and now have a corner kick. Rothwell on duty. Ball swung into the middle where the heads go up. It's cleared, but not convincingly. Leeds back in possession with Solomon and then Aaronson. Shot blocked. And James picks it up, and he's got a bit of space to work in down the right. Dan James on the left foot, held up successfully, but he'll keep the ball in play and keep Leeds around the edge of that Stoke penalty area. Back it comes to Bogle. And then Ampadu back to James. Curls his cross in, little flick towards goal, and it's an easy catch for Johansson under the crossbar.
Well, that's better. At least now we're on the front foot, and the cross from James there was just headed on from Bogle. Well, it might loop over the keeper, but not quite enough power in the header, but at least we're playing in their half of the pitch and not ours.
Johansson holds the ball on the edge of the penalty area. He's another one easily spotted. Ampadu will be penalised for that little challenge through the back of Cannon there.
A bit unnecessary. Cannon complaining to the referee, but it's just a free kick.
Cannon, the man who was at Leicester last season. Stoke's leading scorer with 8. Stoke then have this free kick. It's in the Leeds half, just in from the, well, 10 yards in from the near side touchline as we watch Stoke kicking from our left to right. Curled into the middle. Meslier stops, having started to go for it. And then a big shout for handball over on the far side from the fans, the Stoke fans behind the goal. Nothing doing. Leeds trying to work the ball away unsuccessfully. Stoke have possession down the left. Good possession as well as they come into the penalty area. Space on that left-hand side for the cross into the middle where players are waiting. It's dropped too deep and it goes behind. And Leeds were not punished then and could have been.
They certainly could have been. Certainly down the flanks, we haven't been good at the start of this game. Both sides, right and left, just allowing too much space to the opposition to get crosses in.
Leeds contemplating the short goal kick here. Meslier. And then he plays his ball out to Jaden Bogle, who's almost invisible to our eye on the far side. Our eyes. Leeds forced back with Ampadu under a bit of pressure, so he puts it back for Meslier. Meslier picks out a pass to Struijk. Struijk into the midfield for Ampadu to the left, then to Rothwell. And Rothwell and Ampadu exchange passes. And here's Rodon. Crisp pass out wide to the right, probably to Dan James. Into the middle, he tries to play it, but it's cleared away.
You got it right, Bryn. I think that was Dan James. It's tough over there, but you know, whenever a player passes, do it with intent. Just wrap it into the player. And Rodon, that's exactly what he did.
Meslier. he's picked out Byram, who's nodded it back into the path of Solomon in the Stoke half. Mana Solomon to Ampadu. Ampadu stops, gives it square to Rothwell. On it goes to Solomon, back to Rothwell. And back to Struijk on the halfway line. Rodon goes wide right and then down the line. Nicely on it goes. It looked like it was going to work well for Leeds, but the ball just carries over the touchline. And that will be a Stoke City throw-in.
It's unfortunate. Good touch from James on that right-hand side. It just went out before Bogle could keep it in.
Ball thrown down the far touchline, flicked back towards the halfway line. And from that position, it arrives just outside the box at the feet of Meslier. Returns it to Rodon. Ampadu sits in and takes the ball. And then gives it to Joe Rothwell to carry on into the Stoke half. To his left to Byram. Back to Rothwell again, still in Stoke territory. Ampadu on the halfway line. To Mana Solomon. Pascal Struijk in the centre of that Leeds United defence. Ampadu plays it over the top. It wasn't a bad-looking ball, that, but the defender spotted the danger, got in and headed clear, with Piroe making a run over his shoulder. And then Stoke from the edge of the penalty area. Go back to Johansson. Byram heads it forward once more. Piroe is there and is offside. Thought he might have just stepped from an offside position into an onside position. And it's a free kick to Stoke.
Too slow, too late, coming back onside.
Johansson. Prepares to put the ball into that Leeds half. Struijk challenges successfully. Solomon over his head. Also over the head of Gibson and out for a throw-in.
Now we've managed to get James high up on the right-hand side on the wing. On the left-hand side here, haven't been the same with Solomon. He's come deeper to try and get on the ball, but we want him in that last third. That's where he really can cause plenty of damage.
Edge of the penalty area. Rodon goes wide to his right to Bogle, who's closed down. So he goes back to Rodon, but he gets another chance off Rothwell now, Bogle. And Leeds have opened up a bit of space down that right. Bogle's clipped the ball over the top. James racing in. And Johansson racing towards him, just gets there first, clatters into his teammate, and has to be helped back to his feet with the ball still firmly in his grip.
Well, that could have been dangerous, actually. I thought James was going to get collected by the keeper at one point. Nice little chipped ball over the top. James wasn't quite sure where the goalie was, but as soon as it bounced, he was never getting there.
Johansson, the Swedish international. A swinging kick towards the near side, flicked infield by Cannon. Struijk keeps it away from Koumas, flicked over the top. Solomon, first touch, takes it away from him, and Stoke are able to clear briefly at least before there's a lapse in concentration from Moran, and the ball goes under his foot and out for a throw-in.
Yeah, initially that was good play from Struijk, though, rather than just going backwards. Be positive, get forward, and it was a nice pass as well into the front man. Couldn't quite get Solomon on his way.
Ampadu. Now Rodon with that pass out to the right touchline. James might have been caught there, but wasn't, says the referee. And out it goes for a throw-in. Leeds United having received an apology from the referee's organisation for the non-card against Ben Whiteman in that away game at Preston, the last away game.
Who'd have thought?
Not much use now, is it?
No, it's not.
Ball in the middle is won by Piroe. Leeds have runners now with Solomon out to Piroe's in the penalty area. First touch isn't the best, takes him away from goal. He's still in possession of it. Back to Byram it comes. Byram turns away from his marker, gives it back to Struijk. It was threatening to be a good break for Leeds. Now it's something a bit more conventional in terms of the shape of the attack. Solomon's back on the ball again. Leeds keep possession in that Stoke half. Rothwell across the middle to Rodon. There's a lot of space out wide down the right for Bogle, who gets the ball now. Nutmegs from Bogle, past the first challenge and the second, but not the third. And it's cleared back over the halfway line where only Struijk waits.
Well, at least now we are pressuring them, we're pushing them back. When they get it, they're just hoofing it up the pitch straight back to us. But can we find that bit of quality now?
Leeds come again down the right-hand side. James with the ball at his feet. Turns, poor pass back to Bogle, and he's caught out of position. Attempts a foul, but it's not successful, and then they win it back anyway, so it's a good job. James, in it goes to Aaronson, does well, turns away from his man. Plays it back to Rothwell. Byram in space down the left for Leeds this time. Back in field to Struijk as the fog lifts a little now, and vision becomes that bit easier as the ball goes out wide to the right-hand touchline, where we can see Dan James more clearly. Into the middle, and Rothwell plays it, tried to play it to the left to Byram. Header in the way to clear it. Leeds back on the halfway line. Rodon on the ball, steps forward, plays it out to James, controls it well. Into the middle short to Aaronson. Aaronson allowed to run and shoot! Not a bad effort at all. And Johansson, 2 palms behind it, pushes it away from goal and behind for a corner.
No, excellent effort. Really good from Brendan Aaronson, who turns, doesn't quite realise how much time he's got. So he thought, OK, no one's coming towards me. Let's just take it on. Another touch, and let's give it a go. Good effort as well. Swinging away almost into the top corner, but certainly Johansson used his feet well to make a good stop.
Leeds corner, taken short to Solomon. Goes inside his man to get to the byline, to cross into the middle where the big lads were waiting, but they couldn't get to it. Ampadu picks up outside the penalty area instead. In it goes to Rodon, who stayed forward. Bit of a slip, but Leeds recover it. Rothwell in the centre circle. Home fans getting a little agitated here.
Well, they are, because they can't get anywhere near the ball.
Solomon for Leeds. 2 in front of him, so he comes back to Rothwell. Goes across the centre to Rodon and out further wide to Bogle. Rodon in his own half, back to Struijk. Leeds still holding the ball, at this time in their own half. Struijk goes long, and then there's a strong header into touch. And the man making the challenge was Phillips, the young centre half, and out it goes for a Leeds throw in.
Yeah, it's only a firm challenge straight over the top of Byram, but the referee thought that was fine.
So the throw back to Struijk. And then Rodon. Remarkably, the fog has lifted.
Clear as day now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Strange.
Bogle, that's a fine ball. James is just outside the penalty area. The goalkeeper's come out and dived through Dan James. Has James been penalised for his challenge?
No, surely not.
What's the referee blown for there?
Well, once again, it's a chip ball from Bogle. Just the pace of James takes him beyond the defender. And to be fair, the keeper does get there, and in clearing it, just takes out Dan James. And he's given a free kick, yeah, against James. My goodness.
There you go. So Johansson is afforded the opportunity to play another long ball up into the Leeds half. And he takes that opportunity. Heads up from Ampadu, helped on by Rothwell and again by Aaronson. Ball played into touch for a Leeds United throw-in. Only now can we really see the magnitude of the Leeds away following here, that corner section.
Yeah. Huge amount of fans filling that corner.
For an 8 o'clock on a Boxing Day night kickoff,
impressive.
which is not the best, not the ideal festive kickoff time, is it, frankly? And Leeds have, as ever, turned out in huge numbers, whatever the kick-off time. Stoke have a free kick, is it? Over on the left-hand side.
Free kick. Finally, they get the ball. And then Bogle just a tackle from behind, says the referee, and free kick given.
21st minute, it's Stoke City 0, Leeds United 0. Meslier's made one very important save. And Leeds have defending to do now with the players lined up just outside the Leeds penalty area. Players from both teams. The advance as it comes in now. Heads up in the middle. Bogle's waiting at the far post and holds his man away. Cannon was that man successfully and bounces behind for a goal kick.
Good defending in the end from Jayden Bogle. Nice and strong, just allowing the ball to go out, but those set pieces always dangerous. And certainly after the first 5 minutes that Stoke came strong at us. Since then, we've settled in the game nicely. Had a great chance to score ourselves, but after that, dominated possession.
Meslier with a long ball out the penalty area. Byram can't get there, but Rothwell can. He gives it to Solomon. Gets it back off Ampadu. And then Pascal Struijk, the Stoke coach, Narcisse Pellac, is all animation down on the edge of his technical area. Daniel Farker stands a little still as Leeds try and build an attack here with Aaronson on the ball. Now Rothwell. Plenty up in blue shirts. In fact, every outfield player in that Stoke half. Aaronson. Now Solomon. In it comes to Byram. Played back to Rothwell. Needs to push back a little into the centre circle where Ampadu waits. Now Rodon in his own half. Struijk a little further back. Leeds keeping the ball. Not trying to make motion forward. That's a bit more difficult. Rothwell. Good ball. Now Aaronson can drop the shoulder and try and carry it forward. Holds on to it well. Out to this left side to Mana Solomon. Back in field to Byram. Rolls it back into the path of Rothwell. And back to Solomon. Into the edge of the area. Aronson's onside. He's in the box. Trying to get it on his right foot. Tries to shoot. It's one or two players in his way. And it's canning around all over the place. And ultimately runs kindly for Stoke before Rothwell comes in and does a good job of blocking his man off. And the ball goes out into touch.
Well, really good play because just drawing Stoke onto us and then just slipping that ball into Aaronson. And rather than coming back out, Aaronson, just like he did there, needs to turn. He's in between the lines and attack their defenders. Almost got a shot on target.
The man who's involved there is barely a man. Sol Sidibe, 17 years old. And beginning to earn himself a reputation playing for Stoke, as Bogle is trying to do the same for Leeds here with a strong run forward. Carries him into the penalty area, laid off into the path of James! Could not keep his shot down, and he's frustrated with himself because that was a really good opening for Leeds United. Great work from Jayden Bogle. Nice layoff from Piroe, not matched by the shot from James.
Excellent little layoff it was, and the first touch from James is really good as well. Opens the goal up, but after that, you've got to hit the target. He had time and space. There's a big old gap to the keeper's right as well, but he can't find the net.
So Johansson will take the goal kick. Forward it goes. Heads up, comes off the shoulder of Byram. Hooked forward, he'll have to defend again here, which he does. Struijk picks up the ball. Not the best ball back to Ampadu, but he reacted quickly. Now the straight pass to Ampadu out the penalty area. Now Struijk, on it goes to Solomon. Tackled not once, but twice from behind. One of the two was a free kick, maybe both. As the challenge came in from Wilmot, the centre-half. Rodon to Struijk. Now Rothwell. Leeds playing in their own half at the moment. Now moving forward with Bogle on the halfway line. Back it goes to Joe Rodon.
That's three at the back for Stoke, is certainly number 5, hasn't it?
Two fullbacks are tucked in at the moment as Leeds move it forward to Bogle. In field to Aaronson. Aaronson, good challenge on Aaronson. Brushed off the ball. And well, Stoke were setting about moving forward, and then as the ball went back, Leeds tried to follow. Ampadu goes in to put his foot on it in an area just in front of that touchline far side. It comes off Ampadu and out for a Stoke City throw in.
Yeah, he challenged Berger there, and he was the one that made the good challenge on Aaronson just earlier.
Long ball, hooked forward into the Leeds half. Rodon wants to let it go, and he's actually dragged to the ground, so better than a throw-in. I think it's going to be a free kick to Leeds here. As Rodon stands firm. And it is indeed a free kick that Rodon takes and passes back into the penalty area to Meslier. Out it comes to Struijk. Up the line to Solomon. Byram and Solomon exchange passes. Solomon tries to get away from his marker, but he's got Byram to help him out in field instead. Now Byram rolls it into the path of Piroe. Oh, he just stepped over the ball nicely there, Piroe, to give himself a little bit of time in the area, but in doing so, defender was able to nip in and push it away from him.
Oh, Phillips just got a touch, didn't he? Really good play from Solomon initially, and Byram saw the opening. Piroe does really well to let it go between his feet, but Phillips, clever defending, just gets a toe poke in at the right time.
Johansson's kick forward. Struik's header back towards the halfway line. Picked up by Bogle, who's able to run again right through the middle. Still going. Oh, pass is too heavy for Piroe. Just wonder whether Bogle could have kept going then. Stopped, but Leeds have it back now with space in front of Aaronson. Plays it across to his right to Bogle. He will shoot, and the keeper will push it away with two hands. Good build-up play from Leeds United again. For Dan James concedes possession with a sloppy pass. Leeds quickly win it back though. Here's Rothwell. Bogle again is the outball for the Leeds players down that right-hand side. Back it comes to Ampadu. Rothwell back to Ampadu again. Into the centre circle to Struijk. Short to Byram. Wide it comes to Solomon. Back to Byram again. Infield to Rothwell. And then back to the edge of the centre circle to Rodon. Short ball square to Pascal Struijk. Rothwell once more. He's looking forwards, but there isn't much movement up there.
It's stationary just at that moment, but you're right, on that right-hand side, Bogle and James, both of them getting forward really well.
Ampadu and Aaronson exchange passes. Rodon to Struijk, now in the Stoke half. Players' breath hanging heavy on the air here on this cold night after an exceptionally mild Christmas day in the UK. Struijk puts one over the top. Byram's trying to get there, but Johansson, always favourite, came off his line and gathered the ball well ahead of the Leeds man.
Just trying to force it slightly there because it's a straight ball. You don't want to be hitting those. You've got to be on the angle and away from the keeper.
Possession is with the home side. But back to the keeper it goes. He just sweeps it forward long. Underneath it is Rodon. Cushions a pass to Struijk. Now Ampadu. Turns it wide. Misplaced, but Leeds will win the second ball. And there's a bit of space suddenly now. Aaronson. Clear foul on Aaronson there. Hope the referee's playing an advantage.
Well, he put his hand up and is, but that's Berger again. It's a couple of times now, the number 6 for Stoke. A little naughty.
Leeds in possession. Rothwell has it. Through the middle, Piroe tried a diagonal pass into the path of Solomon. Didn't work. Rodon. Now Bogle. In it goes to Aaronson. Holds it and keeps it. And now Rothwell has it. And Rothwell just ups the tempo. Still going. Forced out to this near side touchline. Gives it back to Byram. Into the edge of the area. Aaronson tried a little too hard to get the ball to Solomon there, but Leeds end up, when the ball is cleared, with the possession again.
Right idea, just wrong execution, but this is better play.
Aaronson scrabbling away, but slides to the ground, loses out. Byram comes in to win it back, but the referee brings it all to an end with a whistle. Free kick Stoke.
Well, we're certainly looking bright and sharp now, aren't we, with the ball, moving it from left to right really well. Just can't quite find the breakthrough just yet, but keep doing the things we're doing. It will come.
Johansson will take the free kick. 15 minutes to go in this first half, 0-0. Struijk underneath it, wins the header. Comes down though for Sidibe. Ampadu steps in, Solomon can't get there, Leeds end up with a throw in. Sam Byram takes his time, weighs up his options. Rothwell took a bit of a whack in that last melee. And he gets the ball from Byram. Pushed into the path of Ampadu. Space out to his right, and Bogle has got a lot of room to run into here. James is just ahead of him. James has it, nice first touch into the middle, plays it into the middle! And Mana Solomon arriving just beyond the far post, could not get his foot around the ball. And that meant he couldn't put it on target, and it went behind off Solomon for a goal kick.
It's a brilliant move, it really is. Right from Byram to Ampadu, the ball out then to James. Superb, and the cross coming to Solomon was just a little too high. Solomon didn't expect it, and the pace that it came at just unfortunately hit his shin. Couldn't get above the ball, just to side foot it home, but from 5-6 yards out, the cross just needs to be tucked away. Thumbs up from Solomon, but just couldn't get his body in the right position.
It was as good a move as Leeds had put together.
Yeah.
And encouragingly, again, there was a lot of space down that Leeds right. And Bogle started it. Leeds almost finished it. Ball on the halfway line. Rothwell's underneath it, and he puts it out to the right. And again, when Bogle picks it up here, he can move it forward because there's nobody coming across. Koumas belatedly arrives now and stops him on just inside the Stoke half. Yeah,
Koumas is coming inside, but he's actually not then picking up Bogle once he streams past him.
Here's Rothwell for Leeds, midway inside the Stoke half. Infield to Ampadu. Ampadu back to Rothwell. Byram back to Rothwell again. A little push on Byram after the ball had moved away then. And he was pushed to the ground. Tchamadeu, the referee, again, I think may have spotted it, but Leeds had the ball anyway, so the game goes on. Rodon, wide right to James. Comes infield. Dan James back to Joe Rodon. And now Struijk. Struijk looked forwards and then looked square to Rothwell. To Rodon. Back to Struijk. And from Struijk it goes back to Meslier as Cannon goes running around up front to put pressure on the man in possession. Stoke able to step up the park. Leeds trying to play through them here with Ampadu. Puts the ball over the top, and he's got James away down the right-hand side. As the miss rolls in again here, James attacks the penalty area, trying to find room for the shot. Plays it into the middle for Piroe. Piroe couldn't get it out from under his feet, and it's cleared away from the penalty spot all the way up into the Leeds half.
Oh, it's excellent play again, but the ball over the top on the right-hand side of James is on all the time. Quite simply, Gooch does not fancy it and hasn't got the pace to go with him.
Well, Gooch has come back into the side for this game this evening. Experienced American international. He's been out for a while. Maybe he's showing his ring rustiness. He's going across to close down as it comes infield, just past Aaronson and cleared away. Rodon with a header to Struijk. Struijk might come back to Meslier here. Now he goes forward to Rothwell, dropping in to help out. Back to the edge of the area to Rodon. Works it out right to Bogle. Rothwell back to Rodon on the edge of the area again. He steps forward. plays a short pass to Bogle. Takes on his man, goes past him, and now Aaronson plays it wide right to Dan James. Runners through the middle. Piroe's in the box waiting. Here is Piroe with a header down. And there's Piroe with a header wide. It's another really good move from Leeds, just lacking the finish.
It's an excellent move, it really is. And Piroe, well, he could either have gone for goal. I'm sure that's what he was trying to do, but have a look at Bogle when he sprints into the box as well. He's onside, he just heads it back. Bogle is there. He could have just slammed it home, but once again, James on that right-hand side. This time he looks up, plays a delicious ball, but that's not a good header from Joel Piroe.
Less than 10 minutes of this first half remain. Fog, to some degree, has returned. As the ball is straight through to Ampadu. His pass is short, in fact, too long as it turned out, short of a teammate. And out of play for a Stoke throw-in, just inside the Leeds half. Tchamadeu with the ball back into his own half. And the Stoke fans are singing, "We've got the ball, we've got the ball, we've got the ball," which is an indication of the amount of possession Leeds
well,
have
no,
been
they
enjoying.
haven't. We've got it now.
Briefly. I think they're now singing, "We've lost the ball." Bogle on the edge of the area to James. Tries to put it ball into the middle. Kind of cross-come shot from Dan James, but outstretched legs are plenty. Nobody got a touch on it, and it went all the way through to Johansson.
Ah, but it's a good place to just fire the ball in hard and low. Just want someone to get a touch on it. Unfortunately, the angle meant that Aaronson couldn't quite get that touch.
Ball rolled out to the edge of the penalty area and then played up into the Leeds half. Rodon with a header into space in front of Ampadu. Aaronson. And now Rothwell in the centre circle. Byram back to Rothwell. And it goes to Ampadu and Struijk. All the way back to Meslier. Closed down. Then able to pass it out to the right to Bogle. Helps it on to Piroe. Piroe makes space for himself. Has a little run now. Joel Piroe dragged back
yellow
there.
card.
Card must be coming out here.
Absolutely.
That's as cynical as it comes in terms of a foul challenge.
And there is the yellow. Ashley Phillips, rightly so, getting that yellow card. Piroe with a lovely turn on the halfway line. Sends him the wrong way. And Phillips, all he can do is grab him, pull him back. Cynical challenge.
Referee making a note of the name now, signals that the game can resume. Ampadu back to Struijk. To his right to Rodon. To the right touchline to James. Back to Bogle. Bogle back into his own half to Rodon. To Struijk. Struijk just kept in play by Bogle. He's under a bit of pressure. Does well though. Plays a straight ball in a dangerous position. It works. Ball over the top from Rothwell is hopeful. Defender will get there first. Clearance hooked up towards the halfway line where it's picked up by Tchamadeu. Given away to Rodon. Now Rothwell. Need a bit of width here, Leeds, so Bogle provides it. And look at the space he's got down the right to be able to charge forward up to the edge of the penalty area. Puts his low ball into the middle. Solomon! Oh, he almost managed to work it for the shot there as the defender missed it completely as he slid in towards it in the box. It just rolled off the foot of Solomon and away. Leeds trying to build something again here as Piroe picks up on the second ball. Now it's given to Solomon just outside the edge of the box into the penalty area. A little 1-2. Solomon from the byline trying to get it back into the middle. Stoke smuggle it briefly clear as far as Rothwell. Now Piroe past the challenge. Into the penalty area he goes. Puts it back in the middle. And it comes off the defender Wilmot and almost squirms through the grasp of the goalkeeper at his near post. But Johansson holds on.
Well, the keeper's holding on. His defence are holding on just about. We're finding little gaps. We're getting through, but just can't find that final breakaway. I thought that actually went over the line for a corner, but he put it back on the pitch really quickly. This is a better angle to see it from. Did it go over the line?
Yeah, it was out,
it's a
wasn't
corner. Yeah.
Goalkeeper smart there to move it back in quickly, but that should have been spotted. Meslier at the other end. Long clearance forward this time. Piroe won't win that in the air, but the header will come down for Aaronson if he can control it. Well, he can't. Rothwell can, though. Ampadu switches play because they know Bogle's in space. And he is, and he's got the ball, and he's moving down that right-hand side, and James is moving ahead of him. Great ball inside for James. James into the penalty area. They're waiting in the middle. Defender gets the first touch. James back into the centre again. Just a little too long for Aaronson, who has to come to this near side touchline to pick it up.
How have we not scored in this first half? I mean, we are getting in behind them, getting some great areas, but it just won't quite drop. Close, but not close enough.
Here's Bogle again, just outside the penalty area. Bogle holds it up. James was ahead of him, but didn't get this pass. Struijk through the middle for Leeds with Rothwell inside the final 5 minutes. Straight pass, look at the Aaronson. In it goes to Piroe. Piroe past the keeper, not quite. Still on the ball, though. And it comes back, and it's in! Yes! Joel Piroe with a fantastic finish. Kept as cool as ever in the heat of the penalty area, and he drives the ball across the goalkeeper and into the roof of the net far side. What a fine finish to put Leeds in front. Stoke 0, Leeds 1.
Finally, we get our deserved breakthrough. Some really good play from Joel Piroe. Well, we know he can finish. And I just thought he'd missed the chance. He's certainly onside. Goes round the goalkeeper, who makes a save, and then can he find that near top corner? It's so tight. The angle is a difficult one, and he just wellies it straight into that top corner. It's a brilliant finish. It really is. There's someone on the line as well. They've got no chance with that one. What a great finish from Joel Piroe.
Well, it was really difficult, but he made it look really
so easy. Somehow.
Yeah.
So where should I go? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll put it in the top corner. Off the, I think, just inside of the post and underneath the bar at the same time. You can't get any more accurate than that.
So Leeds had the goal that their domination has deserved, frankly, as Joel Piroe is the man who's provided the moment. In fact, Stoke have a problem here because the game has not resumed, because Johansson is requiring treatment here, and it's lengthy treatment as well.
Making that save, he came out and actually did well, but I wonder, did he twist his knee or something? Doesn't look good, and he's been in really good form for Stoke City as well.
Well, the sub-keeper Bonham is, I don't think he's out there yet, warming up.
Keeper does not look comfy at all.
Does not look good, does it?
No.
Looks like a knee, maybe. Twisted. And that is a goalkeeper. We're seeing the pictures on the monitor screen here, who is in real pain. And the medical staff are not actually moving him currently either, are they? As if there's a concern that
But his face is just non-stop pain. He hasn't even relaxed. He can't speak to them. And it's when he came out at the feet of Piroe. Actually, Piroe stepped on his arm slightly. I wonder if that's something to do with it.
Well, whatever it is, it means he's still down on the ground.
It's there. See the right leg, his right foot has gone on the arm.
I'm not sure how that's happened. It is an arm injury, though, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's being bandaged up, and the keeper. So it would appear that Piroe maybe made contact with the keeper's arm.
Yeah, accidental. It's just as he's running, he's just continued his step and just trod on his arm.
Well, he's coming off, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's coming off.
Bonham
is ready down below to join the action for Hull City. He's not made an first-team appearance for Hull yet this season. As well, the goalkeeper is back on his feet, Johansson. He has bandaging on his arm around his elbow. Are they going to try and see it out to half-time and then make a decision back in the dressing room? It would appear that might be the case here, because although Bonham is ready, Johansson is going to continue. And the obvious thing to do now, surely, with 4 added minutes to be played at the end of this first half,
it's to shoot.
is to put one in there. Come on, it's the way it goes. Back it goes from the kickoff.
And the mist has disappeared again.
Clear skies. Struijk with another defensive header. Big few minutes for Leeds here.
Yeah, it is. It's really important now to switch back on. You know, get tight, no space, concentrate, no mistakes. Don't put the ball at risk. Do all the right things, and get to half-time with our noses in front.
Leeds throw in, level with the edge of the Leeds box. Byram down the line. Piroe surely being held there. Referee didn't see anything wrong. Aaronson goes in and scuffles away and doesn't quite win it. Byram does win it. And there's a foul on Sam Byram. He's caught late there, and the referee's straight over. There's a card coming out here. It's a yellow, but the reaction of the Leeds players suggests that they feel it could have been more severe. That was not a good tackle.
No, it wasn't. We just got to not get too involved here either. Let the referee do his job, but it was a poor challenge. And Tchamadeu actually before has made a couple of so-so challenges. Always going to go in the book for the next one, but that was a bad one. He's okay, Sam. He's up.
Good to see. Lengthy lecture for the culprit. And then there will be a card shown. Leeds have a free kick then, with 2 of the added minutes having passed by here. Plus there'll be some to be added on for that little break for Byram's treatment. Oh yeah, that is a bad tackle. We've just seen a replay of it.
Yep.
I think he's borderline fortunate that's only a yellow.
Because the foot's come up and then studs straight onto Byram's foot. Missed the ball. Ball was gone a while ago.
Meslier comes out to take the free kick. Phillips wins the header. Byram's in there again and again. Puts it up for the defender, central defender, just to whack it straight into touch for a Leeds United throw-in midway inside the Stoke half. Nobody in too much of a hurry to go and get the ball back, so Daniel Farker thinks about helping out before Sam Byram vaults the advertising hoardings. Gets the ball in hand to take the throw in. Piroe. Tchamadeu's on his back. Ball out for
someone's gone down.
Throw in. And there's Ampadu down.
Ampadu's just gone down.
Off the ball. And his teammates run with concern towards him. He's holding his shin, is he there?
What is going on there? I just see him on the ground, but no one anywhere near him. I'm not sure if it was a challenge or did he just twist and turn and he's up on his haunches now back. At least.
I think he's been caught.
Just getting it.
Cannon. Yeah, stood on his foot.
Cannon, right, okay.
So left foot of Ethan Ampadu.
He's having a word with Cannon.
I think he thinks that was
a little naughty, yeah.
Deliberate. Byram for Leeds down the left. Hemmed in. And then Joel Piroe comes and just puts his foot in and it goes out of play for a throw in. We're at the 4-minute additional time mark now, beyond it. So it's however much the referee wants to continue the game in this first half. Struijk header. Piroe held away from it. That's the last action of the first period. Leeds built themselves into the game after an early scare, and then having established control finally inside the final 5 minutes of the first half, found a finish with Joel Piroe, and a fine finish it was as well, which means that as the two teams head to the tunnel, it's Leeds in front. Stoke 0, Leeds 1.
Yes, and you're right. After the first 5 minutes or so, where Stoke had a great chance. After that, we've gradually worked ourselves into the game, dominated possession, and looked really good. We pushed Stoke City back. How it's only 1-0, I don't know, but Could have easily been 2 or 3, but we finally found a bit of quality. But that's a heck of a finish from Joao Piroe as well. But just got to keep calm. Stoke City players, they're getting themselves in the book. So second half, same again. Calm minds and 45 minutes to get ourselves back to the top of the table.
Big half ahead. It's Stoke City 0, Leeds United 1. So Stoke will get this second half underway. The mist has rolled in again across the stadium here. We are pretty high up, not the highest ground in England. I believe that's West Bromwich Albion. But this is very much on the list. And the game has resumed, well, had resumed, but the referee was not happy with the kickoff. So the second one is identical, and that's fine. Johansson gets his first touch over into that misty, murky area on the far side. The ball goes, and there's an early free kick, I think, for Stoke City here. And the referee goes in to make sure that the Leeds players retreat sufficiently.
Yeah, Pascal Struijk just slightly late.
There's an awful lot of contact, but Tchamadeu went down and Stoke got the free kick. So there's some early defending to do for Leeds at the start of this second half. Again, it's really difficult to make out the players on that far side as the ball is whipped in low, cleared away by Rothwell, out of play, and that will be a Stoke throw-in.
Well, there's a shocking delivery, just hit the first man, but straight to the feet of Rothwell.
Back it comes into the Stoke half. In fact, it goes all the way back to the keeper. A long right-footed ball into Leeds territory, headed to the halfway line to Aaronson. Just puts it over the top for the little charge down the left. And Solomon trying to keep hold of the ball, but Stoke emerge with possession. And they put it up into the Leeds half. It needs defending over there. In fact, it bounces out of play. And that'll be a Leeds United throw-in. And once again, we find ourselves straining to try and see what exactly is happening on the far side. We do have TV monitors in front of us, but I'm going to tell you, they are absolutely no help to us at all. So I don't know what the broadcast images are like of this one, but we are not seeing much on the monitor, and we're not seeing much with the naked eye either. Only on this side, which is where the ball is now, as Bogle wallops it into the face there of Lyndon Gooch, and he, not surprisingly, as a chest is it maybe, drops to his knees because that will have hurt.
Yeah, well, Lyndon Gooch, as you said, hasn't played too many games. He's come back in and got a bit of a run around, hasn't he, in the first 45 minutes, and now he's taken one into the midriff.
Bogle comes to make sure his opponent's okay. Firmly struck clearance from the Leeds defender. Yeah, it was into the breastplate, wasn't it? So Gooch should be fine once he's got his breath back. And the game can restart with this Leeds United throw-in. Jaden Bogle. Away fans in good voice at the moment. Stoke deliver back into the Leeds half. Piroe back in that half. Dan James just trying to put the ball up into a bit of space. Given away. Ampadu. Streaky pass, but it finds his man, Solomon.
Ampadu is still down.
Ampadu is...
Bogle.
Bogle, yeah, he's taking a whack again after the ball's gone there. And this time in the back. Smaller the back by the look of it.
Well, it was Cannon. It was all over him. Just really awkward challenge. And right on his back, and he stayed on his back for a good while.
I think that's probably another example of Tom Cannon putting himself about a bit in the number 9 role, having stood on Ethan Ampadu's foot at the end of the first half.
To be fair, that's about the closest he's got to the ball, because he's done a lot of chasing around for nothing. And once we start to pass it around him, he's a willing worker, but he needs service, doesn't he, from his Stoke City players, and there's not a lot of quality out there to get in the ball. So fair play, still trying, but maybe trying a little too hard.
Here is Bogle, okay again, moving forward at pace. Koumas, though, gets ahead of him.
Well, it's a foul. He pulled him back.
Bogle stopped on that basis, but the referee gave nothing. Good challenge in the midfield, but Rothwell can't keep the ball for Leeds, and Gooch it is down the touchline. And then Ethan Ampadu with a no-nonsense intervention puts the ball down the line and then out of play for a Stoke throw-in.
So you can just see Daniel Farke now just getting everyone to, okay, calm down. You know, we're thinking we should getting fouls and we're not, so let's not get too annoyed. Keep doing the right thing.
Yeah, calming gestures from the manager. Watches on as just in front of him, Gooch takes the throw-in for Stoke. Bogle wrestles the ball away from Koumas. Another Stoke throw-in. They've made decent yardage down the near side touchline. Back the throw comes, though, ultimately to Phillips. And now Johansson, the goalkeeper, from the centre half. Long ball forward. Heads up from Struijk. And then an interception. Leeds managed to block off a potential attack there. And then the ball is
brilliant.
Played well down the left-hand side by Solomon. Comes inside a couple of challenges before he's literally legged up in the air there, Manor Solomon. And the card's going to come out again here. And it was the flying Israeli who whizzed past two opponents. The third one just stepped across him.
Yes, I think it's Wilmot who was beaten all ends up. Great turn, wasn't it? Manor Solomon then rightly cuts across. You can see he just clipped him at the back. He could have gone down there, tried to carry on, and was taken out again.
So 3 yellows for Stoke players now.
Yeah.
Leeds free kick. Leeds line of players 6-7 yards outside the Stoke penalty area, matched up by those red and white striped shirts. In it comes from Rothwell, heads in the penalty area, Struijk, and it was diverted towards his own goal. Off the head of a defender there, Struijk putting it back into the middle. And that could have ended up anywhere. It went over the crossbar and out for a corner.
Well, I'm not sure why he was putting it back into the middle. It should have just gone towards goal. He's only 7 yards or so out, and he's just headed it back. To be fair, Joel Piroe and Byram were there, but another half chance goes begging.
Rothwell with a corner kick then for Leeds, the first of this second period. Jockeying in the penalty area as Rothwell puts it in amongst the heads, and it's headed wide. And there were oohs and ahs from the away end there. From the angle that they're at, it may have looked like that was going in. It went just wide.
Oh, Piroe had plenty of time to see the ball onto his head as well. Just hit the target. Doesn't have to jump too much either. I think he'll feel he should have done better.
Oh yeah, that was a very presentable opportunity for Joel Piroe. Put his header wide, time to pick his spot. Header out from the back, goes out to play.
Has won every single header. He's been absolutely brilliant. And I suppose in these sort of nights as well, you need that, don't you, from your centre half, whether it's defending, attacking, or just like that, where it's booted up the pitch. Pascal's won the lot.
Back it goes to Johansson, the goalkeeper, with a clearance forward. Heads up on that left-hand side, and then Byram's header comes back into the Leeds half. And again, chased back by Rodon. Takes it towards the byline, and then turns and hooks it forward and out of play. Don't get too much distance on that one. It's level with the edge of the Leeds box. Stoke City throw in. Looks like they're going to launch this one long. As the man on the far side has the ball in his hands, and his teammates have all moved into the penalty area. Nobody anywhere close to the throw-in taker. In it comes now. Height looping in. Struijk, and the ball carries straight into the hands of Meslier. I think off the top of the head of Pascal Struijk. Goalkeeper runs it up to the edge of the area, rolls it out to Joe Rothwell.
Oh, a long throw. So not from the school of the Rory Delap wrong throw, because he could fire them in. That was way too high and too much air on it.
Out towards a corner flag. Solomon trying to get past his man. Holds it, keeps possession of the ball under pressure, and then just plays it out back to the oncoming Ethan Ampadu. Now Rodon, Ampadu. Again with Ampadu. Still in that Stoke half. Under pressure, Ampadu. Keeps it away from Koumas. Struijk on the halfway line. Up the line to Byram. Now Piroe.
Right, I'm going to mention Moran, because Moran, the 24 for Stoke, I'm not sure has touched the ball, but at least he got close then. He's been chasing, running around, getting absolutely nowhere. And I'm sure Stoke would want something from him, but it's just that we are popping that ball around nicely at the moment. Oh, we've lost it.
Stoke win it back well in midfield and then put ball over the top. Rodon's behind it though, and he nods it comfortably out to Struijk. To the left-back position. Oh, lovely ball inside for Ampadu, and that opens things up. The runners on down the left-hand side, and the flag had to be raised there. Piroe it was who emerged with the ball in front of him, but he was offside throughout in that move, and wasn't the option really.
Oh, that was unfortunate, just timing of the run a little off.
We're seeing a replay on
Did
the
you see anything?
here.
I didn't.
And it just looks like a white screen. I've already watched the game earlier on today, which was afflicted by fog to such an extent that I was behind one goal and literally could see nothing of what happened at the other end of the park. And well, we're in a better position to see the entire pitch here from a position over the halfway line, but it's still a challenge. Changes being made by Stoke City here, and by Junho has just come on for the home team. Sidibe has gone off.
And Eric Bocat has come on as well. Yeah.
So Stoke making attacking changes as they take this free kick from mid-position inside their own half. Right up to the edge of the area, headed away by Struijk. Will be headed away again by Struijk, and then picked up, and the shot towards goal bounces up into the hands of Meslier, and that roar you hear is the home supporters who are mischievously celebrating a shot. Meslier into the centre circle. Piroe with a little flick. Can't find a teammate though. Headed down almost for Solomon, but not quite. This time maybe. Picked up well by Piroe to turn and move forward for Leeds United. Out wide it goes. Solomon a little slow on his heels there, but the ball goes out for a Leeds throw-in. And the cry from the Stoke fans is, we've had a shot.
Well, they haven't had many of those, to be fair. Not had the ball much. The percentage they had the ball in the first half was a measly 21%, so for a home team, that's not great.
Poor ball over the top, straight through to Johansson. Easy pick up for the Stoke keeper.
A bit more even though, isn't it, in this second half? We haven't quite passed it as well or dominated or controlled the game. Need to get back to that.
Stoke 8 without a win going into this game this evening. Leeds need to just keep the foot on the throttle perhaps here. Rodon at the back plays a pass forward. Piroe deep in his own half. Bogle can't get the ball forward, and suddenly it's played over the top, and Cannon. Well, Struijk had got ahead of him, but Struijk can't prevent the ball going behind for the corner. Simple ball over the top, and Leeds have a problem.
Well, Struijk is okay, but yeah, he slid into the hoardings as well, but overhit the ball, but that's fine. Let's get it out now, defend the corner.
So Stoke able to push men up into that Leeds penalty area. Referee has seen something untoward in the crowd scene around Meslier. Goes in for words with Koumas and Bogle. Koumas standing right almost on the goalkeeper. Into the near post. Cleared away. Leeds break ranks to try and get after it. Solomon does his best but can't get to the ball. And Stoke have possession with Bocat. Now by, and then Bocat again. And he curls a good ball into the middle, and the header's just wide. And that is as good a chance as Stoke have fashioned for a long time in this game, and Phillips had stayed forward, the centre-half. And Phillips, the centre-half, will run back to the halfway line knowing that that could easily have been 1-1.
What a ball. Bocat just fizzes one in with his left foot. And you're right, Phillips catches it well, but can't quite get it on target. Meslier rooted to the spot.
So Leeds are going to have to keep working here, because you'll hear the reaction amongst the home supporters who were...
That's a foul. What is going on there? Meslier just taken out. Another yellow card, surely.
Yeah, another card comes out for... Got to be Cannon, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's Cannon.
Yeah.
Who's been charging around all game, and that's not a big surprise.
Well, he's left the Leeds keeper on the ground. And I've mentioned Cannon in these sort of circumstances more than once this evening.
Here we can see Meslier just going to his left-hand side, and Cannon just careers into the back of him.
Well, the Stoke fans have found their voices, having had a shot and then seen Phillips miss a very presentable opportunity. So Leeds just want to do a job in quieting these guys down again. So they play it short out from the back. And I had no idea where the ball was going. I still haven't now. It's actually very difficult to see the ball now. Like, Leeds are breaking down the left-hand side. The ball is held up by Solomon. Just played back into the path of Rothwell. The control that Leeds had has been allowed to slip, but they try and get up to the edge of the area here. They have to go and start again. Byram's lost it. And Stoke it is who make forward movement, and down the line it goes, and out it goes, and it'll be a Leeds United throw-in. It was a marauding run down that far wing by someone, and it ends up with a Leeds throw-in.
Well, it was unfortunate. The 1-2 from Solomon to Byram back again was almost very good indeed, but you're right, you can hear the noise now of the home crowd. We've got to get them quiet again.
Past the hour mark here, and it's Stoke 0, Leeds 1. But this is a much more even contest at this moment. Meslier, short pass out and played forward for Ampadu. Left side it goes. Ampadu's caught late. He stays down. Nothing given as Rothwell gets the ball back on the halfway line. Ampadu again back on his feet. To his right to Bogle. Now Rodon. Back to Bogle again. Plays it over the top for Dan James to get into the penalty area. James is onto it, clips it in the middle, header in! Simple goal! Leeds 2 in front. Piroe with the header. And Leeds have fashioned a very important second here. And Piroe's on target again, and those fans behind the goal have more reason to celebrate, because it's Stoke 0, Leeds United 2.
Well, an easier finish he won't have, but that was excellent play. And we saw in the first half, didn't we, Dan James over the top. Time and time again, he got in to those dangerous areas in behind the defence. And Bocat, who come on, well, he clearly wasn't watching in the first half. He's got done so easily, but then the composure for Dan James just to knock it across was superb, because it's a delicate little side foot lob to the far post, and Piroe, all he has to do is just get his head on it and put it in the back of the net. So excellent, a double for Piroe, and we have a bit of breathing space.
Really clever play from Dan James, because he had a number of options in the position he was in, one of which was to go for goal, but he put it up into the middle where he could see Piroe was waiting, and I think even I'd have headed that one in.
You know what? I think you would have done, Bryn. I think you would have done. That's called putting it on a plate.
So Stoke are in the roll now. They have a ball through the middle, and the flag is raised, so there's an offside decision which will... Well, the ball hits the back of the net, but the flag was raised some seconds ago for offside. Now, in normal circumstances, is this not a yellow
That's
card?
a yellow card, exactly. The whistle went, and he went on and on and on and on and on. Meslier obviously didn't bother too much, and it ends up in the back of the net.
No card shown. Maybe he could plead ignorance on the basis of the fact that nobody can see a great deal now. Bogle, he puts another one over the top, and it's just whacked into touch on this occasion for a Leeds United throw in midway inside the Stoke half. Bogle up to take it. Ampadu back to Bogle, and again. 65th minute. Rodon in possession for Leeds. Forward ball to Aaronson. Comes back into his own half to Rodon. Now Struijk. Into the middle to Ampadu. Joe Rodon again. Jayden Bogle on this near side. Through the middle for Aaronson. But he showed too much of that one. Can't do that trick every time. As the ball... I don't know.
Ampadu does really well. Yeah, Ampadu made the challenge there.
Leeds are coming down the left. Yeah, I've got that one. Picked it up again now. It's back on the radar. Solomon's into the penalty area. Chance to shoot, perhaps. Well, he takes that chance. He can't keep the shot down. And over the crossbar it goes.
Yes, Ampadu won it back. Something happened for a little while over there. And then Solomon got hold of the ball and just cuts inside. And lets fly from, what, 20, 25 yards out. Just always rising over the bar.
Change for Stoke, and this time it's going to be Sam Gallagher, the striker, coming on, and Wilmot,
yeah,
the centre-half, going off.
So now certainly back to a back four. They're gambling, so there should be plenty of space for us out there now.
Leeds have the opportunity perhaps to make forward changes as well. The clutch of Leeds subs all down to our left by the corner flag warming up.
Well, I'm sure the likes of Gnonto and Ramazani would love to get out there.
Have a bit of a run.
Yeah.
Ball into the Leeds half. Played down the left-hand side, edge of the penalty area. Defensive work is solid. And the ball...
From someone over there. I'm going Rodon.
I think it was Rodon, yeah, just based on kind of body shape, which is all we're working on at the moment, frankly. Because it's pretty bad now. So the ball is... Where is the ball?
I'm not sure.
The ball is over on the far side. We're not much help to you here, are we, dear listener, viewer? Up in the air it goes, into the Leeds half. And it's taken down on the chest by the Leeds player, and it's Ampadu. And it's through the middle, and the charge is almost looks like a foul there.
Oh, it's got to be a foul.
Nothing given. And Leeds have to pick it up and start again, which they do with Rothwell. That's the left side of the box. Move to try and get Aaronson in. Goes back to the keeper to clear, which he does. At some length. Header one far side. Battle on there, but Leeds have the second man to pick up the loose ball. It's Ampadu. Again, Ampadu in possession. And then across the back from Struijk to Rodon. And now Rothwell forced backwards to Meslier. And out it goes to the far side to Struijk. Up the touchline, infield to Solomon, loses out. And then there's a free kick awarded for very little indeed, just in front of the referee, to Stoke.
Byram just with a bit of a shoulder on the player and gets penalised. So now they'll take their time. And let's see if they do just hoof it into the box. Because they're not having a lot of joy, are they, trying to play through us? So in these sort of set pieces is where they think, OK, let's just put it in the danger area and attack it.
So the big guys are all up. The free kick from mid-position. Curled in, heads away from Ampadu, not quite clear. Piroe pokes it out the box, but Leeds still having to defend as the ball is given away on the edge of the penalty area. Bogle picks it up in space and then just clips it forward, given away. And by, and then step in from Aaronson is relatively successful in that he helps the ball over the touchline for a throw-in. Stoke's ball. By lets it slip out of his grip and then rescinds the roll and gives the ball to Bocat instead. Gets the ball back again on this near side touchline. Still in possession, still going forward. Loses out now though to Bogle's challenge. Tackles are flying in on this near side touchline. Stoke end up with a throw in. Back it goes towards the halfway line. And then it's whipped forward, but that's beyond any Stoke player. And it's an easy stop for Meslier. He doesn't need to immediately pick the ball up. Meslier in his light blue strip is as difficult to spot as you could possibly imagine. You can see the bright pink gloves. Throw the ball out overarm to Bogle. James on the halfway line, back to Bogle again. They can't link up. James goes in to try and win it back anyway. Comes off Bogle's midriff and out for a Stoke throw-in the last 20 minutes now here at the Bet365 Stadium.
Yes, and after all these substitutions that Stoke have made, they're still not able really to control the ball and get their attacking players on the ball in that last third. To be fair to Junho, he's come on and he's looked a little dangerous, but just not enough quality really from the home side as of yet.
A great ball out from Meslier there. Will break for Piroe anyway on a hat-trick. Nice ball in field. And then across field, which is not going to reach Dan James. Headed away, but it will come out towards this near side touchline where Bogle is able to hold his opponent off the ball and let the ball bounce out for a Leeds United throw-in.
Just surprised, we've had a few changes.
Here they come.
A couple now.
Here they come. Gnonto and Tanaka, is it coming on here? Gnonto definitely.
Ramazani, I think.
Could be. Couldn't see. There's snoods and hats being worn tonight, and it's foggy. Did we tell you? Ball forward goes all the way through to Johansson away to our right-hand side. And Phillips. Now by isn't going to get the return ball. Out it goes. Leeds throw in, mid-position in the Stoke half. And actually it's a bit further back than that as it turns out. Bogle gets the ball, throws it to Rodon. Now Struijk. Here's Rothwell. To Rodon. Back into the penalty area to Meslier. Out it goes to Rothwell. Rothwell to Rodon. Rodon wide right side to Bogle. In field to Rothwell. Turns. Short ball. Oh. Leeds have done what they threatened to do throughout that. Got into trouble and the ball is in the penalty area and it's cut back into the middle and it needs defending calmly here. And ultimately it is, albeit with a moment's hesitation. And Leeds come away with the ball and Aaronson nice into the path of Ampadu. Now there's plenty of options ahead of Ethan Ampadu here. They are charging down that left-hand side. Look at the space here as it comes onto the edge of the penalty area for the shot goalwards and the shot wide. And that was a very presentable opportunity for Manor Solomon to wrap it up.
Well, that's what's happening because Stoke have put so many attackers on. As soon as we bypass any sort of press, that's it, we're at them. And Solomon, I saw him in the warm-up score that sort of shot time and time again, and he had time as well to place it into that bottom corner, but this time just wide.
You made the mistake of mentioning how well he was striking the ball, and I asked you whether that was significant and you told me it was.
Well, you would have thought that would give him a lot of confidence, wouldn't you? And to be fair, he's played well. He has looked dangerous, looked busy, goes past his man just about at will, but just couldn't find that bit of quality at the end of it then.
So here come, well, shortly the changes. Meslier out to Rothwell. Rothwell gets it to his left and Struijk goes to that far touchline to Byram. Back it comes to Struijk and Byram returns it. It's Ramazani and Gnonto who are going to come on for Leeds. Struijk across the back to Rothwell. To his right to Rodon. Up the line to James in the Stoke half. And James running parallel with the Stoke half. Nice ball, tucked in, gets the return off Solomon. And now there's a run down his left-hand side. It's, oh, why did he not put the ball in there? Sam Byram was waiting to his left in acres of space.
He couldn't have seen him because he was just so open. I'm not sure what James was doing. It looked like he was just looking at him, just pass him the ball, and he's in, but for some reason tries to slip Solomon in rather than Byram.
Well, Leeds can come down that left again. As the ball is up on the edge of the area, comes out for Solomon, into the box. Aaronson almost tried to turn to Piroe. Leeds win it back in the Stoke, middle of the Stoke half. Piroe out the penalty area to hold on to the ball, work it to the left of the box. And then Solomon comes into Piroe once more, into the penalty area, turn goalwards, and the ball is blocked behind, and this will be a Leeds corner.
Good play, James coming in on that left-hand side that time. Good 1-2 with Piroe, and gets his shot away, but charge down, corner kick.
15 to go here at Stoke. Changes are being made now. Dan James is the first man off. Dan James with assist for that second goal.
Another fine game from Dan James, having a really good season, isn't he?
So an extremely important player for Leeds United. So Gnonto on, and then the second switch we'll see Mana Solomon off and largely Ramazani on.
Just for a moment, Stoke's fullbacks thought, you beauty at last, getting rid of those two. Then when they see who's coming on, oh dear.
Ramazani came very close to getting back on the score sheet in the last game in his little cameo role in that one. He'll surely want to go one better than that in this one. Leeds have a corner. Rothwell in front of the travelling fans. Curls it into the near post, headed away. Comes out to the edge of the area, shot, well, I'd say back towards goal, but actually it was wide of goal. It bounced once and behind, and it's a goal kick. Aaronson, I think it was, who applied the strike.
It was, just hit it into the ground and pulled it wide, but Gnonto's come to this near side, and I assume then Ramazani is on that far side. Because I can't see him.
There's a lot of assumptions being made this evening. Header, and the ball goes to the back. And I know all that's less than descriptive, but we're doing our best here. To the left-hand side it goes. Leeds have possession in the Stoke half. Ball played into the penalty area. Piroe trying to keep it away from the mark, and it's tucked behind, and that'll be a Leeds United corner kick. Phillips stayed with Piroe there as he threatened to have a strike on goal. And Leeds have another corner.
That was good defending, wasn't it, from Phillips, to be fair to him. The ball from Ramazani was a good one into Piroe's feet, who touched it a couple of times, waiting for the challenge to come in, but Phillips went after him on his feet and then intercepted just at the right time.
So Rothwell, again, will put the ball into that Stoke penalty area. Curled in. It's too low. Headed away comfortably from in front of the near post. Leeds have to begin again from the halfway line, where Bogle has the ball. Looks to his right to Ampadu. Ampadu's happy to go back into his own half to Rodon. Short pass to Struijk. And then further wide to Byram. And then down out to that far touchline it goes. And then back into the Leeds half it probably goes. And then Meslier on the edge of the, nearly on the edge of the penalty area, clears it forward into the Stoke half. Bogle underneath it, cushion header to Piroe. Comes off Phillips, who has been doggedly trying to stick with Piroe. Not entirely successfully. And another Stoke change. So Lawal is on, and Bogle comes off. Lawal wearing the number 18 shirt, is a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, and Berger's pretty similar, so like for like, just in that engine room.
Changes for Leeds. And Tanaka is going to come on, and Matteo Joseph is coming off. No hat-trick for Piroe, he's heading to the dugout. Job well done from Joel Piroe.
Certainly was. Played very well, looked lively. It was a goal threat. First one was ridiculously difficult. The second one was ridiculously easy, but they're worth exactly the same. 2 good goals.
Rothwell off. Another really good shift from Joe Rothwell in there.
As ever, yeah. Really had a fine season as well.
So Meslier with the ball out the penalty area. Rodon. Joseph controls it into the path of Aaronson. It breaks for Tanaka's first touch to Bogle. Infield to Ampadu. And then back to Meslier, edge of the box.
And Gallagher is running around up there. I'm not sure he's quite touched it either.
Gnonto. Ampadu turns and switches the play to his left. To Struijk. A bit of space down that Leeds United left on the halfway line. Infield, nice crisp pass into the path of Joseph, who can run at him. And it comes out to that left-hand side to Ramazani. Puts it back across the face. Gnonto is arriving. And it just was too far ahead of his teammate there. And it went all the way across and out for a throw-in on this near side.
Actually, I think he should have played a better ball by firing across. Our players, certainly Joseph nor Gnonto, had a chance to get there.
Inside the final 10 minutes. Struijk with a short ball to Tanaka, who will surely have heard tell of a cold, well, generally it's a Tuesday night, isn't it, in Stoke, but a Thursday night will do.
I think it's generally any night.
You know, you played it.
Absolutely, I'm telling you, it's any night.
Ball with Ramazani. Exchange of passes. In it goes to Joseph, lays it off nicely for Gnonto. Gnonto to this right-hand side to Bogle. There's a bit of space to operate in. Plays it into the area just ahead of Aaronson, but Phillips is only confident enough to roll it into touch for a Leeds United throw-in. As the fog lifts a little now. And,
it does, but I'm just looking at this Stoke City side. I'm not sure they quite believe they can get back into this game, but let's make sure they don't. Keep that concentration levels high.
Ampadu under pressure. Bogle can't get it inside his man. And the ball is still in the Stoke half, still in a deep position in that. And Leeds are pursuing the man in possession. And they've done good work there. Bogle stuck on the shoulders there of Bocat, and eventually just turned it into touch for a throw-in for Leeds in an advanced position.
Yeah, it's good pressure. Don't give any free kicks away cheaply either.
Tanaka's header wins the second ball. Bocat with a clearance forward. Rodon loops a header. Goal, well, towards the penalty area. Comes back on this near side for Bogle. Back it goes to Rodon, and Rodon will go all the way back to Meslier. Forward pass from Meslier to Tanaka. Square to Ampadu. Gets it out from his feet quickly and gets the ball nicely onto Joseph, who can turn and run now because Stoke are retreating here. So he goes forward himself, and Joseph keeps going, and his shot ultimately just bounces wide.
Does everything right, apart from the finish. Really good play, gets the ball, turns, runs at the Stoke defenders, who just kind of go backwards, tries to bend it around Rose, doesn't he? You can see the rotation of the ball, there's not enough bend on it. It's not spinning in the right direction. It goes too straight and misses the target.
Actually, it was the option, because the man to his left had gone ahead, hadn't he? Gone offside. So went for goal. Ball up in the air, drops to ground, and there's a blue shirt underneath it. Struijk now to Meslier. Rodon. Bocat with a header. Into touch it goes. And that's a Leeds ball.
84th minute now. 2-0 up and dominating.
Attendance this evening, by the way, 24,738 and 3,383 away fans. So most, if not all of them, are still in the ground.
They are making plenty of noise over there as well.
Of the rest, not so many. Gnonto. Joseph. Bit of a messy little battle to win possession in there. Joel Piroe, by the way, is the first Leeds player to score a couple of goals away at Stoke in a league game since Peter Lorimer, way back in 1975.
Wow.
Carl Shutt and Rod Wallace, I should say, have both scored a couple here, but those were in cup matches. So, thank you, my man. Live statistical updates is what we do. Leeds trying to win possession back. Stoke have it with Bocat given away. Joseph tugged back. Still going, though. And there's the runner, Ramazani, trying to break through. Defender was a little fortunate there that they got the bobble, didn't they?
Yeah.
Clearance picked up quickly on that far side. And Joseph full of running, as you'd expect he would be, having come on from the bench, trying to make that big impression.
Well, he's been lively, hasn't he? What I like, he's been positive, gets it, turns and runs at defenders as well.
5 to go. Stoke 0, Leeds United 2. Back it goes to Meslier. Forward pass. Now Gnonto.
I don't quite know why Gallagher keeps charging towards the ball, because we're playing it around him in triangles every single time. So his teammates aren't up with him. He's better off sitting back with them and then going all at the same time.
Probably in that I need to just run around a bit.
He's probably in that I'm going to keep
Mindset.
warm mindset. I need to keep running, keep moving.
Over the top. Gnonto's not going to get to that head of the keeper, who heads it clear. Bogle will pick up on the loose ball, and here comes Joseph, and Bogle's outside, and he has the ball, and they're waiting in the middle, and the defender could have ended up anywhere, did enough just to make sure that he got there before Ramazani got there. Behind it goes for a corner.
So close. Rose actually does well to not put it through his own net, but Ramazani was there on that back stick, waiting, just waiting to put it into the back net himself. Bogle, you can see, had to try and force it through, but good defending in the end.
Ramazani will take the corner kick. It's a slow walk for the Leeds sub. Leeds is happy to see the clock tick down at this late stage, as they are to see the ball in that Stoke penalty area. Still plenty in there to aim at as Ramazani puts it in. Oh, it's bobbling around. It's cleared away from the penalty spot, not very far. And it comes out for Aaronson! That was a really good effort. The keeper's got a touch on that one to take it behind. That might have been the touch that kept that one from being Leeds' third goal.
Well, excellent from Aaronson. Good first touch, just brings it away and then fires that left foot. I think it was always maybe hitting the bar, but the touch just took it over the bar. Good effort.
So Ramazani again. Probably needs a little bit more distance on this one. Right-footed, nice shape on that. Heads down and then just over from the far post where Joseph was waiting and he couldn't keep it down. And Leeds very close to another one there.
Well, that was an excellent ball in and a good header. And the header from Sam Byram, yeah. And then Joseph couldn't quite get above the ball to tap it in at the back stick. Good delivery, though.
Yeah, really good. Ball up into that Leeds half. Tanaka up in the air from Struijk. Out of play, indeed, from the Leeds man. So throw into Stoke just inside the Leeds half. 2 minutes of the 90 remaining. Struijk in there for Leeds. Hopeful ball, but well dealt with, actually, by Gnonto. And then Bogle's left a foot in, and that will be a free kick, for which he goes to apologise. And the game quickly underway again here with Stoke in possession. Phillips. Aaronson, has he caught his man? Just, yeah. Doesn't take much to win a free kick these days, does it? There's the living proof, but sufficient contact. That deemed to be a foul. Phillips under a bit of pressure. Good work from Aaronson, still putting pressure on the man in possession, even at this late stage of the game. And the Leeds forced the error as a result of that as well.
Yes, Aaronson work rate is always superb, isn't it? Really does do a great job defensively as well for the side.
Much talk of intensity in the Leeds performance this season. They've got to keep that up in these remaining couple of minutes here. There's one more change to come by the looks of it. Schmidt is going to join in for the last couple. Leeds fans who are making all the noise here with a rousing chorus of marching on together. And it's going to be a happy convoy by the looks of it, heading back up the M6 or whichever other part of the motorway network Leeds fans are using to get home tonight. They're certainly not doing it by public transport, let's put it that way. Gnonto from the halfway line wriggles forward. Aaronson tries to keep the ball going, but Stoke have won possession back in their own half. The board will go up any second with the added time on it. Long crossfield ball, heads up, 5 added minutes. Ball's found its way. Well, there's a foul there for a late challenge by Gallagher. And again, it's another one that I suspect Leeds aren't particularly happy with.
I don't think it was too bad, but Gallagher finally gets a header and a touch, and then Rodon comes to just clear it away, and the challenge means that Rodon gets collected, but hopefully he's okay. What we don't want now is any injuries, do we? Because that's clearly going to be key with another game in, what, 3 days' time.
Byram off, and so Schmidt can go and fill in on that position down the left-hand side. Just as he thought he was going to be sitting nice and warm in that big thick coat down in the dugout. He's sent on to join the action for the final 5 minutes of this game. Meslier with a free kick for Leeds. Out of play it goes. No touch from anybody, so it's a Stoke City throw in. Man with that ball in his hand is Bocat. By for Stoke, goes wide to his right, and the charge is on for the home team here. Up into the Leeds half at pace. Still with the ball just outside the penalty area, but ultimately all goes wrong for them. And Leeds have the ball back again.
I'm just trying to count how many rows back that cross went. And I assume it was a cross, because who knows, but that was just awful. Really poor quality. He's got a good opportunity to get the ball in the box and just puts it halfway up the stand behind the goal.
Meslier will take the goal kick inside the final 3 minutes here. Leeds are very much in sight of a big 3 points. Flicked on, chance maybe to wrap it up with another one here. And the flag is raised as the ball comes over from Ramazani. Pretty close call, I would have thought, but just beyond the last man.
Oh, that was very close. But referee's assistant gives offside. That time Ramazani provided a better ball. Just so many inches away from Gnonto getting on the end of it.
Keeper's clearance. All the way through onto the chest of Joe Rodon. Now Gnonto. Back it goes to Rodon. Tanaka to Gnonto. Rodon back inside to Struijk. Ampadu puts it up in the air and it drops out of the fog for Schmidt. Tanaka back to Struijk. Leeds just happy to see the game out here. Comfortable lead. Most of the home fans have left, I think.
How can you tell?
Ball down that left-hand side.
Nice.
Leeds are still chasing more. Here's Gnonto. He was caught as he was taking his shot there, and he rolls away from that one. The ball stayed in play, so is Joseph able to keep it moving on the edge of the box. Still Gnonto's down, by the way. Bogle in possession. He's going to get back up now, I think.
You're right, as he went to shoot, Lawal from behind has just kind of run into him and clipped his ankle. He's up, but he's limping.
Ampadu into the gloom to Schmidt, emerges from it.
That's a foul.
Having been fouled. That takes us into the last minute here. Well, it was a miserable evening here last season. Very different emotions at the end of this visit. Much more akin to the previous visit, which was that 3-0 win here in the sunshine in 2019. Very different conditions, but outcome very similar. And you can hear what the Leeds fans are singing in praise of just at the moment. As the ball is back on the halfway line, Leeds are 20 seconds away from the conclusion, and another away win here. Back it goes to Meslier. And the possession is with Leeds United. On the halfway line, Ramazani. Ramazani goes through the gears. Tackled, but Leeds pick up the second ball almost inevitably. And then the referee decides that enough is enough. And Leeds United have an away victory to celebrate here. Took control of the game after a somewhat shaky start, and complete control from the point at which Piroe added his second goal to make it 2. And Leeds United, as a result of this win at Stoke, climb back to the top of the championship table. So that is a big 3 points indeed. Full-time scoreline here. It's finished. Stoke City 0, Leeds United 2.
And a thoroughly certainly rewarded with a good performance and a deserved win, wasn't it? I thought we controlled things. After the first 5 minutes, a little dicey. They had a great chance. Meslier makes a good stop. If that goes in, maybe a different game, but we really were dominant, on top, had plenty of possession and showed a bit of quality. Really could have been 1 or 2 more, I think, but we'll take that. A thoroughly professional performance. Top of the league, and on we go to Derby County. Let's see how we get on.
Looking forward to that one, but there'll be plenty of reaction from this one first, as Leeds United will have a happy trip back from the Midlands for this game, ahead of another trip to the Midlands for the next game. So the players will go and salute those fans, nearly 4,000 who've come to back the side here this evening, in this late Boxing Day night kick-off. And Boxing Day has finished well for Leeds United. Whether you got all the gifts you wanted or not, 3 points in the bag, that will do. Full-time scoreline, it's finished. Stoke City 0, Leeds United 2.